I'm very happy to meet you students. In 11th standard, first chapter is the living world. In this chapter, we are going to learn about importance of living world and its diversity and need for classification, then systematics and importance of taxonomy for classification, and nomenclature and their uses. What is living? Living means having life. Who is having life? Living organism having a life. All the living organisms are made up of cells, either prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. Living organisms must have the following characters. They are growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization, consciousness. What is diversity? Variety of organisms occupying different kinds of environment on Earth. Nearly 1.8 million species have been known to us. Then what is biodiversity? The presence of large number of species in particular ecosystem is called biodiversity. Why should we need to classify organisms? Then only easily study living organism, then create phylogenetic tree among the different groups, then only identify and differentiate closely related species to know the variation among the species and understand the evolution of species. Next, taxonomy. Taxonomy is a branch of biology in which arrangement of living organisms along with some criteria. They are classification, description, then identification, and finally naming of organisms. Do you know who is the father of zoology? Aristotle is the father of zoology. He also father of taxonomy. Carolus Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. Taxonomy, the word is coined by Augustine Pyramus de Candolle. Taxonomy and systematics similarly same meaning but slightly varied in some specific rules. In systematics, identifying, describing, naming, arranging, preserving, and documenting evolutionary history of organism, then environmental adaptation of organism, and interrelationship between species. These are all the criteria followed in systematics. Next, phylogenetic classification or cladistics. In phylogenetic classification, grouping of organisms based on evolutionary relationship with the help of a tree diagram is called cladogram. Cladogram is introduced by Ernest Haeckel. Three domain classification or three domains of life. This system is introduced by Carl Weiss in 1977. In three domain classification, prokaryotes are classified into two domains. First domain is archaea. They are also called extremobiles because they can survive extreme environment like volcanoes, then polar region and all. For example, if it is living in salty environment, they are called as halophiles. Some of them living in high temperature, so they are called thermophiles. Even some bacteria are produce methanes, they are called methanogens. Second domain is bacteria. In this domain, they are also prokaryotic organism. They do not have definite cell nucleus and membrane bound organelles. They are heterotrophic bacteria, some of them acting as decomposers and some of them photosynthetic bacteria. Either may be beneficial or harmful. Third domain is eukarya. In this domain, all the eukaryotic organisms coming under this domain, including plants and animals. Next, five kingdom classification. Five kingdom classification is proposed by R.H. Whittaker in 1969. In five kingdom classification, the first kingdom is Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi, and Animalia. Next, sixth kingdom classification. In this system, also proposed by Carl Weiss. In six kingdom classification, prokaryotes is divided into two kingdom. Then eukaryotes are divided into four kingdom. In prokaryote, bacteria and archaea. In eukaryotic kingdom, protista is the first kingdom, second plantae, third fungi, and last animalia. Seven kingdom classification. This kingdom is proposed by Cavalier Smith. Eubacteria, Archaebacteria, Protozoa, Chromista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Taxonomic hierarchy. In taxonomic hierarchy, there are 7 levels of categories are used to classify organisms. Categories are represented as taxon. Then every taxon has some specific characters. The largest category is here kingdom. The kingdom is subdivided into phylum. The phylum divided into class. Then class is furtherly divided into order. Order furtherly divided into family. Family divided into genus. The finally last smallest taxon is species. For example, human taxonomy. Now we include a domain also one of the category in classification. Human coming under the domain is eukaryota. Eukaryota means they have developed cell nucleus and membrane bound cell organelles. Then human is coming under the kingdom is animalia. All the animals are coming under this kingdom animalia. Then human coming under the phylum chordata. Chordata means they have spinal cord. It is the special characters of chordata. Then human is coming under the class mammalia. Mammalia have some special characters like body hairs and mammary gland. Then human is coming under the order of primates. Primates is always having some special characters like claws, nails, and forward facing eyes. Human is coming under the family is Hominidae. In Hominidae, special character is do not have tail. And human is coming under the genus is Homo. Homo means they have larger brain and walk with 2 legs. Then species name of human is sapiens. Even larger brain and small teeth, these are all the characters of sapiens. Next topic is concept of species. There are so many concepts regarding species. The first John Ray proposed a concept regarding species is it's a group of morphologically similar organisms arised from a common ancestor. According to Carolus Linnaeus, species is the basic unit of classification. Then Charles Darwin proposed that explains the evolutionary significance of species is only by natural selection. Generally, species is a group of organisms that have similar morphological and physiological characters that can be interbred to produce fertile offsprings.